Holy jacked up prices, Batman! That's right, guys, today we're talking about this. A bag and board. First things first, guys, I want you to mark it on your calendar. This Friday, the 18th, we're going to be doing a claim sale. Me with Joe from 360 Comics and Nick Barucci himself, the CEO of Dynamite. We got a lot of good stuff for you in store. It'll probably be maybe 1.5 to maybe 2.5 hours of straight, just awesome comics being up for sale. You guys are always asking about it. Here's your chance. Right now, bags and boards are tough. Once $15, now is looking like anywhere from $25 all the way up to $30 for a 100-pack. What happened? Inflation? Pandemic? Russians? The fact that Firefly was canceled? Well, truth be told, I don't really know. It's pure speculation, guys, but the cost of plastics is up, which would be interesting if it wasn't the cost of plastics themselves here that went up. It's the actual boards that got expensive. To any new viewers out there, you probably might have picked up some bag and boards and spent yourself about $30 recently. Well, did you know that's a brand new thing? That didn't used to be the case. Up until just, I think, a year ago, I was spending like 15, 16, 17 bucks after taxes on bags and boards. 100 packs. With boards, acid-free, everything, sure. BCW. I was just watching a claim sale where someone had the Jim Lee X-Men run issues 1 all the way up to 10 for just $30. You can get Jim Lee's X-Men 1 through 10 for the same cost as bags and boards right now. That's crazy! You can get a mid-grade copy of the first appearance of Carnage now for the same price as a bag and board. Oh man. You could send one book to CBCS and have it shipped back to you for the cost of a stack of 100 bags and boards. I was laughing about it with my local comic book shop owner. Just boards alone are anywhere from like 15 all the way to $20 right there right now. I know that they have to make it like acid proof or acid backing. I forget exactly what it is, but man, to have it go a full double in price hike, it really makes me wish I hadn't thrown so many bags and boards away over the years. I recently put all of my Batman comics into Mylars over the past couple years, and you know what I did with the bag and boards that I had them in originally? I threw them out. Oh, I need a time machine. So here's a question for the community. With the costs of bag and boards rising, let's pin it to new comics. These new comics that you get in your comic shop or maybe you've got on pre-order. Are you going to go out and get bags and boards? Are you really going to drop $30 just to put your new books in some sleeves? Now, at first it was the Mylars. Remember, they got super expensive and or you just can't find them anywhere. But now it seems like the regular bag and boards are kind of following that train. Speaking of the Mylars, you want to see how bad they got? I spent almost $40 on a 50-pack of 50 bags and boards of Mylar back in just 2020. The exact same 50-pack is now $115 on Amazon. I guess we're going to have to put all our comics in cereal boxes.
Tween cereal boxes. In an envelope. Tube.
Instead of just complaining about it though, let me give you a couple good avenues that you can kind of get around this issue that's going on right now. If you subscribe to subscription services, or most times through your LCS, they'll put it in a bag and board when they give it to you. I have a subscription service I do online, and every month I choose whatever titles that I want to get. They deliver them perfectly to me. I have it set to release to me every month, so yes, it does mean that I miss out on reading comics every single week, but I know that you can change the settings for a lot of these, and I have it set that they come in bags and boards. Actually, I think I don't even have it set to that. I think they just do it that way. And that's how I think it should be when you get these. Now, granted, when you're just buying off the rack, they're not going to be in bag and boards. And I think it's a little unrealistic expecting all your comic book shops to put them in bag and boards each time. But just know that you can kind of get around this when you do subscriptions and or buy from a pull list with your LCS, typically. In this hobby, I am currently trying to cut costs wherever I can. At this point, I'm not even buying sticks of gum. My life right now, if it's not bills, it's trying to fund a wedding and trying to buy comics. And in between, it's trying to save money for the comics and trying to save money for the wedding. You can't just use the same bag and boards from the 80s and 70s or whatever have you. They do deteriorate over time, and sometimes it's not good for a book to be sitting in the same bag and board for many, many decades. So you do have to switch them out, which can be tricky with these ongoing prices. I want to know what you guys think about the current rising costs of bags and boards, and I want you to put in the comments how you can get creative about saving money in this hobby. I'm going to read your comments, decide a winner, and the winner is going to get a 100 pack of bags and boards. Let's help each other out here. Let's have a conversation down below and really tell each other how we can save a couple bucks here. One thing I recommend to you guys, if you can, I think I would recommend buying in bulk. A lot of times, some of these companies will offer nice little discounts if you buy in bulk. If you go to BCW, the main producer of comic book related supplies like boxes and bags and boards, you can grab them, and I think they have options. The more you buy, the more percentage they drop off. Do note though, BCW is extremely backed up. I put in an order for some bags and some boxes, and it didn't arrive for about 5 months. So if you're patient, I would put those books in a good spot. If you want to preserve them, wait for those bags to come in and then get them going. But right now, bags and boards are tough. A lot of the comic shops I visit don't even have bags and boards because they can't get their orders in. Just like mine arrived 5 months late, theirs arrived 5 months late. I think this industry is definitely being hit hard by inflation and a couple odd, interesting economic factors. It's just a really interesting time to try to save money on the collecting aspect. The more we start to see these prices simmer down, it's interesting that the supplies prices are going up. Granted, I would much prefer these prices going down and supplies going up than the other way around. So much of the community has been outspoken about a more push towards just waiting and getting the graphic novels when they come out. And I do worry that the rising costs of supplies and things might push people towards that. Nothing wrong with getting the graphic novels. I certainly do it for a couple runs, but there's nothing like getting that comic in your hands. As a little bit of fun, I want you guys to drop a number down in the comments how many bags and boards you think you've wasted over the years. As always, guys, keep on hunting and saving where you can.